as the nights start drawing in, what I want to do is evening time cozy crafts with my pumpkin spice syrup. And here I'm trying out some Kintsugi, which is the Japanese art of mending broken pottery and ceramics with a lacquer or glue that is mixed with a powdered gold or even silver or platinum. It's a really beautiful thing, really beautiful practice, and I wanted to give it a go. I have this mug that has a crack down it. I was given this as a gift and 100% success guaranteed, apparently, so that bodes well. So as you can see, some really beautiful examples in this leaflet. It says that the kit has everything that you need to do it correctly. This specific one has basically a 2-part glue. It seems to have, I mean, this isn't like a review necessarily, but it has enough that I can use it a few times, which is quite nice. And here is where I get kind of confused. You can see my hesitation. That they actually had the really cute little bowls from the leaflet in the kit. I wasn't expecting that. You can seem a bit confused, sort of wondering if they're for mixing. There's also this sort of muslin cloth. And this is when I realise, reading the instructions, that they want me to break this bowl, and I realise I can't do that. It doesn't feel right to break something to repair it. It's not particularly sustainable. It's much better to repair something that actually is broken. I know that that means that I won't be doing it quite right, because this mug isn't broken in twain. It's like a hairline fracture, but I think it's okay. Realising a bit late that putting these gloves on makes it quite hard to do a lot of fiddly work, like getting the gold powder out of this pot, which you only need a tiny amount, it says, which seems to be correct, and there's loads in there, so that's pretty good. Mixing it up into the glue, making it all gold. And then the next step is to get the second glue B it calls it. And here you can now enjoy a montage of me trying to get this glue open. This is the condensed version. I had to cut out a lot. I eventually decide to go for a pin and pierce a hole in it. I don't know if this is a recommended technique. Obviously the pressure made it, start to just come out straight away. But it worked. So top tip, I guess. That's maybe unsafe, I don't know. But anyway, I managed to get it out. You mix it all up. And then it says you have to work quite quickly to get it on. And something I realised quite quickly is that there isn't a lot of space for changing things when it comes to the glue. Once it's on, it's basically on. You can smear across more, but once it's touched the surface, it's kind of just there. You can't really scrape it off or anything like you can do with some other glues. I've done that with like hot glue on certain materials and things like that, but it's quite unforgiving, this. So my application is okay. You can see it's a little bit slapdash. It's certainly not as beautiful as the photos in that leaflet, but I quite quickly decided I don't really mind. This cup was heading for the bin, and I thought, I'm sure I can repair it and it can be used as a pot. So that's something else, is that it's not food safe once you do this, but it does mean that you can still enjoy the pottery, and it's quite hard in a domestic setting, like just being a person, to do something useful with pottery and other ceramics that are broken. It can't be recycled easily. You can't easily move it into something else. So the fact that I'm able to still use this mug is great, definitely worth it. So I decided not to worry too much about it looking perfect and just enjoy the process of this evening time crafting. I would love to hear what your evening time crafting is in the comments. Often in winter, that's when I start to get back into crochet and knitting. It's not happened for me yet, but I am feeling it on the horizon. I have a little bit of glue left, so I'm just trying to do some on the inside. So the instructions here are for, as I say, a completely broken piece of pottery, and you're actually gluing the pieces together. Since that wasn't the case here, it's not visible on both sides, so I just used what was left on the inside. I didn't get all the way down because it was quite difficult, and then I ran out of glue and I didn't really want to do the whole process again, just for the inside. So I just went as far down as I could, and then left it as it is. Finishing up in a few bits in there. Once you're finished, it asks you to leave it for 24 hours. So I did just that. And then once it was completely dry, here we go. It's got a bit of a texture, which is kind of fun. I quite like it. As you can see, kind of messy, but it was a lot of fun. See you next time.